Am I the asshole for not respecting someone's culture? I am a manager of a small store. We have had several issues of fake $50 and $100. This man was paying $50 at our store. One of my newer younger college-age clerks checked to see if it was authentic by checking the watermark and a fraud pen. The man went irate and was saying we were rude to check his money in front of him. He had a thick accent and was screaming at my clerk for a good 5 minutes over us checking the $50. I finally had enough and handed him back his $50 and told him to come back when he learned some manners. He said in his culture, "It's rude to question customers' integrity how we do in America." He's now screaming at me about being racist and not respecting cultural differences. I told him during an pandemic, "It is hard to find good help, and I appreciate good employees better than shitty customers." I told him to leave. He called the store owner and complained to me. The owner said it was uncalled for. I told the owner that if he can't back up his employees during these difficult times, he can find a new manager. The owner said I need to watch who I talk to because it makes me look culturally insensitive. I said all cultures have their assholes, and I'm not putting up with anyone disrespecting my employees. If you don't like it, I can leave and find a different job. We have already had issues with not having enough staff in management or with the clerks. So the owner let it slide. Reddit: was I being an asshole for not respecting someone's culture and letting them scream at a teenager? Edit: I will put up a sign today to say all bills will be checked for fraud. Owner doesn't come into our location that much, and I rather protect my team. Edit: for grammar. LMAO: fake money is fake money in all cultures and a fraud is a fraud in all cultures. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, but your boss is. I assume that employees are taught to check all $50 and $100s, regardless of the customer. A small note near cash register, "We check for counterfeit bills," might solve the problem for next time. Not the asshole. At least from what you've said, it's not a cultural thing and you weren't doing it because he was some particular culture. If you're checking everyone's 50s and 100s, it's not like you're profiling certain people. Not the asshole. I wonder if he sees the irony of his position. He's literally screaming at you, staff, not respecting your own cultural behavior and beliefs, within your store, because it doesn't suit his personal cultural entitlement. Not the asshole. No culture lets you get away with fraud. Some dude felt personally insulted, but his shallow honor doesn't make you or your cashier in awe. Not the asshole. When I managed a store, it was company protocol to check any bill over a $20 IIRC. That's not uncommon. As long as it's the policy for everyone, it's not culturally insensitive or racist. It's also very unfair of him to call out something that's not culturally insensitive as being so, because it cheapens situations that are actually culturally insensitive, and b. expect that the cashier not check his bill, because it would have fallen back on the cashier had the bill come back as fake and they hadn't checked it. Good on you for protecting your employee in this situation. The assholes who love to scream about their culture. My favorite thing ever was working a cultural event at a major stadium, and when a man walked up to customer service, the female staffer asked how she could help. In my country, women don't speak until spoken to. Welcome to Canada. How can I help you? Same event, a man was escorted out for pawing at a female staffer and was demanding to know what law he broke. Well, it's a long list, sir. How about you respect the culture of the country you moved to? Not the asshole. If he'd said you were checking it because he's from a different country, then he'd have a point. But, "You can't check my bill because in my home country that's considered rude," is not legitimate. It's the standard practice of our store. Would you like to pay with credit or debit card instead? Should have been enough. Am I the asshole for not giving up my seat on the bus? So I, 26F, got on the bus after an 8-hour day in work. Now I get on at very first stop on the bus route and get off at the very last stop. The whole journey takes about 2 hours. When I got on the bus, it was quite busy on the bottom deck, with only one double seat left available. Usually I would go upstairs when it's this busy, but this time I had about 4 or 5 slightly heavy bags with me and didn't feel safe trying to get up the stairs with them, especially since I'm 18 weeks pregnant, so I sat on the seat downstairs. The bus emptied fairly quickly after a few stops and filled up again about halfway through the journey. This is where the problem started. An older lady with a stick got on the bus and, well, she asked me to move. She wasn't even polite when she asked, and honestly I thought she meant move over so she could sit next to me. So I moved my bags and started to scoot over, when she, no, I meant, can you find another seat? This seat is reserved for disabled people. You are clearly not disabled. There are plenty of seats upstairs. These seats were not priority seats for disabled people. The ones in front of me were, which had an empty seat, but these ones were not. So I replied, "Sorry, I really don't feel safe going up the stairs with all these bags. I don't mind you sitting next to me though, we both have our masks on. I don't want to sit next to anybody, I don't feel safe. So move your lazy fat behind and give the seat to someone who needs it. I hate confrontation and I absolutely hate people who use their pregnancy as an excuse. Which means I hate what I said next, lady, I am pregnant. I am not going up those stairs with these bags and risking a fall. If you really want a seat to yourself, ask someone else to move." Before any more could be said, a man across from me said to the lady, "Here love, have my seat." He got up, let her sit down and went upstairs, but not before giving me a dirty look. The lady spent the next 10–15 minutes talking with the other oldies on the bus about how the kids these days have no respect for their elders or people with disabilities, or how they would have never have spoken to someone like in their day. This happened a couple of days ago, while my boyfriend and my dad said I was in the right, but I can't help but feel like I acted like an entitled brat. Not the asshole, you are 18 weeks pregnant and you were making the right decision to keep you and baby safe. Old people can be so entitled and annoying. Not the asshole. Not in a million years. A. You were pregnant and had bags. Too risky. B. They weren't even the disabled seats. C. She was rude. D. She wanted the whole seat, not you to just move up. E. She insulted you. Any of these on their own would be enough for me to say not the asshole. 1. Not all disabilities are visible. The comment about you clearly not being disabled was ignorant, at best. And even if you were disabled and in the designated seats, you would not have owed her an explanation. 2. You are pregnant and you told her this. End of story. Random stranger lady doesn't need to know more. 3. There was at least one open seat nearby, and you pointed it out. That she didn't want the open seat does not make it your problem. Older lady sounds entitled and argumentative and likely accustomed to getting her way. Good for you for not giving in. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. First of all, I don't know how it is where you live, but where I live, priority seats on public transport are for disabled people, old people, or pregnant women, and you fall into that category. Secondly, you were not even in a priority seat, those were elsewhere. The old lady could have asked those people to move but had no right to ask you. Thirdly, you offered a free seat next to you. She didn't want it because she needed an empty seat next to her for her entitlement to sit on. You were absolutely within your right to stay seated, don't you dare feel bad about it. And congrats on the pregnancy, green heart. Not the asshole, you should have pointed out the disabled seats. Sure, they were older, but that does not give them the right to tell you to move. Not the asshole, she was just looking for a reason to take her hate out on someone. She found you. Good on you for standing your ground. Not the asshole. Honestly, you did the right thing, and I think informing her of your pregnancy is absolutely fine. What I find funny is that actually the most rude people out there seem to be the elderly. So move your lazy fat behind and give the seat to someone who needs it. As soon as this was stated and it was clear she just wanted a double seat to herself, you should have told her to shut her mouth and learn to treat strangers with respect. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not cleaning my Airbnb after they charged a ridiculous cleaning fee? I stayed at a Airbnb and they charged a $105 cleaning fee. I didn't see the instructions until after we were there. I'm not sure if it was hidden, or they updated it or what. I only saw it when they texted us. The instructions were to take out the trash. The dumpster is about 1/4 mile away. To put all the sheets in the washing machine. To scrub all the table counters, wash out the shower, mop the floors and other shit. Fucking ridiculous. There's a cleaning fee for $105 when we're literally doing all the cleaning. My wife and I decided to not do any cleaning at all other than basic stuff. If we spilled food on the counter, obviously I cleaned it up and I flushed the toilet, but I'm not going to go out of my way to scrub the shit out of the sinks, showers and floors or take the trash out that far. The Airbnb owner called me and he said I was a massive asshole for not cleaning it and how I should be doing what I am supposed to, whatever. I just hung up. Not the asshole, you can either have me do the cleaning, or you can charge me for the cleaning, but you can't have both. If you'd left it absolutely disgusting, then obviously that's different, but you said you didn't. Not the asshole. Taking out the trash, doing your dishes, putting sheets in the washing machine is pretty common. But you should not have to be scrubbing anything or cleaning any surfaces, especially for a $100 cleaning fee. Them calling you was completely inappropriate. Rip them a new one in the review. Anything less than 5 stars really damages the host. So tired of owners of rental properties thinking that they are owed so much. Not the asshole. Let's go down the list. Taking out the trash. Okay, I get that. Not that big of a deal. Put sheets in washing machine seems a bit on the over-the-top side, but I wouldn't call it a deal-breaker. Now scrub all the table counters, wash out the shower, mop the floor, and charge a $105 cleaning fee. I mean, WTF. Totally not. The asshole would probably leave them a bad review about the cleaning process as totally ridiculous. Not the asshole. I would complain to Airbnb. I could see taking out your trash as a reasonable request and maybe even putting the sheets in the wash, but scrubbing and mopping is ridiculous. Not the asshole. Make sure you include this info in a review to give others a heads up. Also, the owner may come after you in a review, so it's good to have your bases covered. Not the asshole. Some of the things on the list are reasonable, like stripping the sheets and taking the trash out, or at least setting it outside the house, but maybe not walking it 1/4 mile away. But it seems weird to charge a cleaning fee and ask guests to go above the normal guest duties. I've used Airbnb many times and never been asked to do any more than strip the sheets, trash and start the dishwasher. Not the asshole. I've never seen a cleaning fee that high before. It's ridiculous to charge that much, let alone to expect the guest to do the cleaning job for you on top of it. NTA. You can't charge a cleaning fee and expect the people paying said fee to do all the cleaning. All the tasks described are what you would pay a maid to do between guests. Am I the asshole for refusing to stop having girls' night-ins just because my boyfriend thinks it's wrong? Throwaway because he has my @main account's password. Hi, so I've been seeing this guy, well, 27M for months now. He's so sweet and funny and creative. Fun fact. He drives 2 cars that he fixed on his own. We don't live together, but we do meet at my place every weekend. He called and asked what we will be doing on Friday, and I said I wanted to host a GNI since it was my turn. He asked what the heck was a GNI. I said a girls' night in, and he got quiet, then asked if I was being serious. I was confused as he started talking about how outdated and so 1950s those events are, and said that I should stop promoting and advocating for those events as they are so toxic and flat-out reek of misogyny. I was shocked by his long rant, but he said that was his honest opinion. I told him regardless I still planned to host the event after he tried talking me out of it and suggested we go out together. He threw a fit after he suggested bringing his guy friends to join us, and I refused since this is not how GNIs work. He called me a sexist and misogynistic for having a girls' night in and making it so obvious instead of being ashamed of myself. He said that my mentality will cause me issues in the future, especially if I behave like that in a professional work setting. Let me tell you, I was blown away by how he got so worked up like that over me just missing my girls and wanting to spend time with them. We argued some more and he hung up on me after I said I will not stop hosting or being part of GNIs no matter what he says about it. I tried to call and apologize for lashing out later, but he sent a text saying he was hurt by how I handled our small disagreement and needs time to process what he just found out about my personality. This hurt me, but my friendship and the bond I share with my girlfriends is huge, and I don't want to risk years of friendships by no longer being part of our bonding activities. AITA? For making this my hill to die on like he says? Not the asshole. How is girls' night sexist? No offense, but you've said that you've only been dating a couple of months and he throws a tantrum over you not picking him over spending time with your friends. That's a red flag. Found out what? That you like to hang out with your girlfriends? Why is it not okay, but him going out with his mates it's alright? He's so freaking dramatic. Not the asshole. Run, woman, running. Not the asshole. I really hope you can see all the red flags he is putting out here. Coming from a man, run away from this boy. Completely not the asshole. Flipping out about a girl's night or needing me time or any time separate from him is a huge red flag and shows how clingy and controlling he will be down the line. This man is manipulative. I feel GNI are healthy and important. It sounds like he wants to isolate you from you friends. Screams location flag location flag location flag location flag location flag location flag. Not the asshole. What the fuck, a girl's night in is you being misogynistic? When someone presents you with an enormous red flag like this, you have only one thing to do. Break it off. Block, because he will gaslight and harass you, and delete and move on. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Change your passwords and lose this controlling awe. Now.